My name is Rohit Acharya, and I'm a data scientist at First Access, which is a company that tries to reduce the cost of lending in informal markets for both borrowers and lenders. I used to work in financial services for several years. I was a consultant for financial services companies, I worked with a lot of loan portfolios and mortgage portfolios. After that, I worked at a hedge fund doing portfolio assessment, trade oversight, and risk assessment. However, I made the transition into the social enterprise world mostly because I felt that there was a lot more impact and a lot more interesting problems to solve in this space compared to the work that I was doing in finance. And so, but at the same time, I wanted a role that was more quantitative, that was actually based off of concrete data, as opposed to one that had more of a qualitative bent. I just felt that there was a lot of answers that could be solved with the use of data. And so I found a role with First Access, and that's exactly what we try to do, is use data that is captured from cell phones, actually, to predict creditworthiness of microfinance borrowers. And so it's the application of using data that is from one source, providing financial histories for people who would not have one otherwise. The goal of our company is to try to reduce the cost of lending for borrowers in informal economies. And the way we do that is we are able to provide an instantaneous risk assessment of a borrower using data from their cell phones. And this is their metadata. So for example, there's demographic information that's collected, but there's social information, there's financial information, and there's also geographic information that's collected. Based on this, we're able to run an algorithm on this data. It takes maybe 3 minutes or so, and come up with an assessment that we can then send via SMS to a loan officer. Once they actually put their number in, we run our assessment, and then we send back to the loan officer what our risk assessment and an actual loan size that they should then distribute to the borrower. What this does is it actually drastically reduces the cost of underwriting a loan, of doing due diligence on a loan. Previously, you would have to go into the field, do a lot of interviews, research into a borrower before giving them a loan. We're able to cut all of that work down, which costs time, which requires time and effort, and therefore a lot of costs. We're able to instantaneously do that in 3 minutes or so. And so right now we've tested our pilots in East Africa, Tanzania to be specific, but also we've done some work in Kenya. We'd like to expand our model and our product across different continents, so including South Asia, Bangladesh being an interesting place to work, also to South America. But the thing is, instead of just also doing underwriting of loans or doing risk assessments, the whole concept of being able to capture data for a financial institution is actually useful in many different ways. We can then use that information to help with people management. Which are the better loan officers? Who can assess risk? We don't want to necessarily replace the current underwriting process. We want to supplement it and provide MFIs more information as to how to better manage their company. Data does not have to replace human interaction. Data analysis allows people to create tools to help people in more effective ways as opposed to a one-size-fits-all solution.